Hi, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. So this is Lloyd speaking, and today I have with me Alexis. Yep. So Alexis is going to be my training buddy for the next 4 weeks, I think, or is it 5 weeks? Somewhere around there. Okay. So just gonna do some technical check. Can everybody hear me? Can I? Okay. Cool. All right. So I think Monday, just to get the schedule right. So the Monday is really just between me and Alexis, and we'll do some technical analysis, and then we'll pop about a topic that might interest us, and we chat about. Yeah. So I think I'll start off the round. Let me share, grab the screens. Then let me see. Host disabled participant screen sharing. So let me see. Okay. I might have to trouble Angel to enable me to screen share. And yeah, she just gave me the power. All right. So I think I'll go through a fast one. So during the Sunday, what do you call it, currency index analysis, I've actually highlighted two pairs that we may be able to trade. The first one is actually Euro USD. So I do have a live trade on already, so you can see that price. Now this is not my usual break and retest, but I'm still happy. I'm still happy to see that price is actually shooting up. Yeah, so I'm having a long position over here. I might actually scale in depending on whether price bounce off this level, then I will just scale in over here. Yeah, so as of now, this position of mine is live. If you want to get in, it might not be too late, I think. Yeah, so long as your stop loss is actually just below the candle, whichever candle you choose. I don't think I'm here to teach you how to trade, but just to really share my trading ideas, how I go about it. Yeah, so Euro USD as of now is a live trade. Aussie CAD, now this is still not really giving me any entry. Yeah, so like I mentioned, price, if it actually gives me a test bar, shoots up, then I might actually jump into this trade. Otherwise, I just wait for a break and retest, then I'll go in for a trade. Yeah, so as of now, I'm just waiting for price to actually break out of this bearish flag looking thingy. Yeah, so we'll see whether that happens or not. So I actually got a few more other things to share, but before that, let's hear a bit from Alexis. Hi, Alexis.
Hello, hello.
Yeah.
All right. How's it going, everybody?
Thank you for joining me. Actually, you're at home or you're at work?
I'm outside lah.
Oh, yeah, outside.
Outside, yeah. But okay, I've got the space here for quite a while.
Hey, Marina Bay Sands.
No, Gardens by the Bay.
Gardens by the Bay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Anything you want to share with us today?
Well, I actually took the same euro dollar long, right? I mean, on the I took the euro dollar long on the hourly. So my target is probably a little bit nearer. It's only about, I think, 30 pips away, I guess, 34 pips away. So I guess it's good that we're looking at the same stuff.
It's so typical of Alexis and me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Alexis will always be the faster trader that I always tried. I will always be the late part trader. Jump in and then stay one side. Hope for the best. Actually, hope is not exactly my strategy, but since that's the way I trade, so be it. Live it and let it go. Yeah. Any other trades that you're looking at today?
Well, I am looking at, I think, a couple of the yen pairs. Let me just share my screen and I'll take a look at them. Okay, so I'm looking at the CAD yen as well as the euro yen. I'm not sure if it is setting up properly yet. Let me just pull it out. Okay, CAD yen on the H1. And of course, most of you know I trade on the hourly wave rider. Let me just find the template. All right, so my hourly wave rider, I will have my daily pivots on, and I was looking at this pair. It's a little bit beyond my entry right now. My ideal place to enter would have actually be somewhere around here. But I'm a bit hesitant at this point because it's either I need a retracement for it to hit somewhere this pricing before it hits up. And the little green candles makes me think that they might be a pullback in a while. So I'll be a bit patient for this pair. I'll only enter if price comes back to this area. But at the same time, I don't really want to set a limit order because I don't want to be caught in a reversal, right? So what I am looking for is price to just come back, maybe bounce off the weekly pivot, and then try to catch it somewhere at this area, or this area will be the best, but I don't think price will come all the way there. So I think this is the next level that price will come and test. And of course, I'm taking it off the first candle, the first bar on the first candle. If we look at this particular pair on the bigger time frames, okay, this is a monthly time frame. I do kind of like it that the last, because now it's like August, right? So last month just closed about, I think just closed last week. So what I do like about it is it has a very bullish look to it. So I have a low test bar looking candle here. I got another low test bar looking candle here. So what it tells me is it looks, for price actually looks like there's a rejection of this level. So I am looking for opportunities to kind of long it. On the weekly time frame, we can also see that price is rejecting off the horizontal level over here. So again, I'm a bit more keen to take this long. If we go down to the daily time frame, all right, this would be the part where you can see that price is actually it actually is downward over here, right? And we have our first higher low over here. So again, as a hourly wave rider trader, I'm trying to catch an early entry into a potential change of trend. So if this higher low plays out properly, and I can catch something over here, then hopefully I might have caught the next either a change in a direction in that sense, or alternatively, I will be in for a really small profit. And what I would have been trading is a retracement of this continued downward move. But looking at a bit of fundamental bias and all that, I think there is still a bit more room for the upside for the cat. So I am going to wait for the cat longs over here.
Did I just lost Alexis? Or am I the one being lost? Yeah. So she's frozen. Okay. So I think then it's back to me until she comes back. All right. So I think for the next 1 month, you all will be stuck with me and Alexis. I don't know whether that's a good or bad thing, but hey, Alexis is back. You're silent. You're muted.
Oh, okay. Did I get locked out?
Yeah, you were halfway through, then you were frozen. You're saying something about EuroCat.
Yeah,
you're silent.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so EuroCat is another pair that I'm looking to take long as well. We might be a little bit late looking on the H1. You can see that price has been cycling up for a few days. So a little bit of pinch of salt before I take this pair.
Alexis, we are not looking at your screen.
Oh, again, that's terrible. I must have gotten kicked out. Hang on now. Okay, here you go. Okay, Euro Yen, yes. So I was saying that it has a very similar look to the cat yen. This is on a daily time frame. You can see that there is a continuation pattern. I have my first weekly pivot that's heading up. So I'm really keen on taking this long. On the H1, I'm a bit reluctant to take it at this level because I feel that price has already gone a little bit away. And also because I think it's only about 11 pips worth of profit in the way I trade. So I might sit this one out and just wait for it to either retrace back to the weekly pivot to take a better price entry in there. But again, Euro Yen, I would hope to either pick up a long or no lah, 12 pips not enough. I don't think I would like the risk to reward for this 12 pip trade. So I'm just going to wait for a retracement on the Euro Yen. So at this particular hour, these are the two pairs that I'm looking at. Cat yen and Euro yen.
Okay, thank you, Alexis. But actually, I'm also looking at cat yen. Yeah. Before that, can I be a bit narcissistic and just ask those who are online that those who know me and Alexis, yeah, the exact question I want to ask is, what sort of impression do both of us give you? I mean, this is a trading buddy, right? So I might as well just be a bit more casual about it. Yeah, what sort of impression do we actually give you? This has been something that I wanted to ask. Yeah, but yeah, might as well just be narcissistic and ask. Okay, so while you are pondering the answer, I'll just share what I have. So essentially, so throughout the next 4 weeks or month, I'm just going to share with you one of the ways that I trade, that I swing trade. Yeah, Alexis will actually be familiar with it already. So essentially, most of the time I just go to the weekly time frame at the start of the week. I just go to the weekly time frame and I just look for one or two price actions. Yeah, but most of the time I actually only stick with one. So I'm only looking at test bar. So long as the test bar is available, then that will be my analysis for the week. Yeah. So to put it in a way, my analysis is I'm just looking at one or two price actions. Yeah. So in this case, I'll just pick test bar. I prefer that over other price actions simply just because it's easier to spot. So once I see a test bar on a weekly time frame, then I just hop down to 4 hour to trade. Yeah. So these are the few. So other than Euro USD and odd cat, which is what I did using the the currency index analysis. So for example, like Aussie dollar, if you pop on the daily time frame, you'll see a high test bar. Yeah, I don't really care about size. So long as the test bar, I'll be interested. Then I'll just pop down the H4, and usually I'll just wait for price to do this. Yeah, so this is the area whereby I'll be looking to trade. Yeah, so in that sense, I'm quite worried that I'll be much more boring because the way that I trade is that boring. It doesn't really allow me any room to think. Yeah, so essentially for this week, I'm just looking for Aussie dollar shorts. I'm also looking for what you call it, Euro cat long, a Euro cat short, not long. Yeah, at the moment doesn't seem to be. It might be reversing, in fact. Yeah, so doesn't seem to be happening. Then cat yen, I'm also waiting for cat yen to go long. Yeah, so this will be interesting. You see, so I'm quite hesitant to jump to cat yen now. So what you see happens is that this is the closing price of this last week. Yeah, so I'm waiting for price to actually retest the closing price. That's actually the blue line from last week. Then I'll be happy to go in for a long position. Yeah, so it might be happening actually at the end of the day or within the next 2 bars. So actually keep a close look for cat yen. Yeah, so if it does happen, jump in for a ride, then I'll actually be aiming for here. Yeah, so that would be really if it does happen, this will be one of those home run trades whereby I sometimes get 8:1, 10:1 kind of trades. Yeah, so keep a look out for cat yen. I think there's a very high possibility of this happening. Yeah, you can see that price has already rejected last week, the week before, and then but it didn't really go anywhere else. So this week we might just get a catalyst that we need for cat yen to actually burst up. Yeah. So I mean, I'm sure you have heard of the fundamental aspect of it during the Sunday show, which was presented by Jeff in lieu of Inslee. Yeah. So I have huge hope for this time. Let's see whether it works out. Then Euro pound. Let me have a look at the weekly time frame. Euro pound. I'm just waiting for price to go long. For those of you who love horizontal levels, then yeah. So this will actually be where price is bouncing off. So you can see that we have a double bottom already. Yeah. So who knows? If it does take off, then again, for such trades whereby it's happening clearly at a level, I'll be aiming one of those home run kind of risk to reward returns. Yeah. So possibly aiming for here if it does actually happen up. Yeah. And pound cat. For pound cat, I'm looking for short. Yeah. So currently price for pound cat is actually in the middle of nowhere. I'm really happy to see this kind of double weak rejections. I don't know whether that's a proper term to say or not. Yeah, but whenever such weak such rejection happens, to me personally, I deem that there's a very, very strong chance that price will actually reverse. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. So as you can see, I'm actually using the terms reversal quite loosely. Yeah, in a way, I'm actually trading reversal of the weekly time frame, but by the time when it comes to H4 time frame, it is either a first retracement or second retracement phase. I'm in a very early part of a trend trading move. that's why I can afford to go for those huge or good risk to reward kind of trades. Yeah. Again, such trading style, I understand, doesn't really appeal to many people, but hey, I take over Jeff and Ash. I get to say what I want. I get to show what I want to do. Yeah. So Kiwi dollar again is one of those where I can see ugly, really ugly rejection. So I'm just waiting for Kiwi dollar H4 to go long. At the moment, I don't think it happened today. Yeah. So as you can see, this is actually the close line. The blue line is actually the closing of last week. Yeah. So again, I'm just waiting one of those typical price for it to go and then shoot up. Yeah. So in a nutshell, that's one of my swing trading approach that I take towards markets. Yeah, served me pretty well. To me, it's really simplistic. Simple works, simplicity works. Yeah. So this kind of this analysis will remain with me throughout the whole week. So I don't really jump about many charts. Yeah. So guys, if it gets boring, tell me. I'll try to shake things up a bit. But I think Alexis have shared what she's looking at today. Hourly is a bit hard to do that. Hourly, if you were to trade hourly, then every day you have to, I mean, this can be do from daily to hourly. I don't think that's an issue, not that I've done it. But the approach is more or less the same. But just every day you have to look for the test bar or any price action that you favored on the daily time frame and come back to trade on hourly. That's about it. Yeah. So now, on saying that, any pairs that you all want Alexis and me to look at, I have to be upfront that sometimes I don't agree with Alexis' trades. Not because I think she's wrong, but because I'm from a pure technical standpoint, and she does have fundamental bias, and sometimes due to her fundamental bias, we just don't agree. But when I say I don't agree, doesn't mean that I think she's wrong. Yeah, my trades, for those of you who know me well, my trades don't exactly have a high win rate, so I can't say that anybody is wrong. You see, so it's just that her approach is this way and my approach is this way, and that's what actually makes trading fun. Because on one hand, I don't think she's right, but on the other hand, actually I like listening to it. I mean, I enjoy being right. I enjoy being wrong anyway. Yeah. It's just, to me, it's so fun looking at other people's analyses and then trying to matching up with my own. Yeah, so from Lewis, Alexis and I trade very differently from Ash and Jeff. So that's why I open up the way I trade. I just look at a weekly time frame, then I nail down to H4 and try to find an entry with that. Yeah, so it's quite, to me, it's quite a boring way of trading. It's not as exciting because I don't mix in much fundamentals in my approach. So if this is a stocks show, then it's different because I don't play stocks. Then on stocks, it's very fundamental based from me. Yeah. So what's my bias on USD for this week? So I'm actually using Pepperstone for the Trading Buddies account. So the good thing about Pepperstone is that it does have dollar index. Ta-da! Yeah, but it only has dollar index, euro index, and yen index. What happened to the other index? I have not much idea. Yeah. There's also actually another thing that I wanted to try out with Alexis but it didn't succeed for me, sadly. I don't know why. Yeah, I actually wanted to play, what you call it, the crypto NFT game with her during the show. Yeah, she managed to get in. I didn't manage to get in. I don't know why. I have my BNB coins and all that wallet exchange all set up, but I can't get in.
Yeah, you still can't get in now.
I bought one of their coins.
Yeah, I could get in, so it's like I'm at level 9 already.
I put BNB into the wallet, then I put one of the coins in, which I bought it. I still can't get in, so I have no idea.
Do you want to show them? I mean, do you want to show them? Because I think this is something that it's interesting because it just launched in May, right? And because I think Shukri was a big part of this whole interest in our NFT crypto journey. I think maybe if they want to take a look at it, I don't mind showing, and we can compare it a little bit with XE traders and find out what is the difference, and like why are people doing stuff like that, spending money on games just to what you call it, apparently it is profitable in a way, but also depending on, I think, depending on how early we get in, I guess. Is this? I'm not sure if this is one of those that depends on how early we get in. Does it,
Yeah.
right?
Actually, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to play. Sorry, guys, we are diverging a bit. Yeah. So, but I can't get in. Why? I don't know. If you don't mind later, you can show lah. I got nothing to show. I can't
Okay,
even get in. Yeah. So anyway, to
can.
answer Louis' question is, what do I think about the dollar index? Is that look, the dotted line on my screen is the whole number. Yeah. So that's 100. That's 90. So you can see this dotted line on my screen. So I trade. I like psychological levels. So officially, to me, USD is in a the dollar index is in a range. Yeah. Till it breaks up, my opinion is that in a range. So I'm going to short USD. Yeah. So that's all. That's the end of my analysis on USD. Yeah. Was it too fast? Yeah. So in lieu of what the dollar index is showing, so you can see that Kiwi dollar. So if I'm going to short USD, then naturally for Kiwi dollar, which is also so you can see from here, that's why I wanted the long Kiwi dollar. It just so happened that Kiwi dollar is also showing it coincides with the way that I trade from the weekly time frame. Yeah, but a short USD, that means it is absolutely sensible for me to long Kiwi. I just got to wait for the setup to happen. Yeah. By the way, I don't trade from the open price. Yeah, I pay more attention to the closing price. Yeah. So probably I'll just evaluate a bit more if anyway we got a long time to go, right? Yeah. So why I decided to trade this way? I'll just show you a few examples. Not the Kiwi dollar. But yeah, probably I just pick from Aussie dollar. Yeah, I'll just show you all why I decided to trade this way. So it doesn't really have a nice example here. Yeah, it's one of my curves. Whenever I want to find example, I can't really find it well. There. Yeah, so you can see that usually I do trade this kind of test bar. So what happens is that when the test bar happens, then on the following week, let's go to H4 time frame. Let's see what happens. So this is what I'll be waiting for. So again, that will be the closing price of last week. Yeah, so usually I will wait for a break and retest. So if the retest doesn't happen, then this kind of actual, I just call it huge ass break. Yeah, so I do trade a huge ass break itself. That is either of these two entries that usually I jump in. So from here, I think it's usually due to the way that I trade, I do accumulate quite a fair bit of stop losses. But when I do win, then yeah, it usually gives me quite risk to reward returns. Quite pretty good risk to reward return. Downside is that I just have to wait it out. Yeah. My reward usually don't come within the week. Yeah. You have to wait for quite long for that. 2 weeks. Yeah. Yeah, about. So hope that clarifies. I'll be every Monday probably I'll just be going through the same thing. Yeah. Okay, from Luis again, what do I see in pound Swiss? Let me delete that. Over the pound Swiss, I mean, it looks to me as if price might be going down, but I just can't ignore. Look, this is what I can see. So this is what probably you all will see. Some of the chart pattern traders will be known as the inverted cup. Yeah, so a handle might appear. Yeah, but whether a handle does appear or not that I really care a lot. What I want to see is this. So you can trade pound Swiss. I mean, from the looks of it, it might just weaken. Okay, just from the chart pattern point of view. So I'm going to give you all 2 points of view. I think this will be the interesting part. I really hope I don't confuse you. So first glance, I can see the cup. Then the chart pattern traders will be anticipating for the handle to happen, right? Now on my side, due to the way that I trade, what I'll be anticipating to happen is actually this. So the H4, again, what I'll be anticipating to happen is this. If this doesn't happen, then I don't have any trades to get in. Yeah. So that's the way I trade. Okay. So, and also due to the way that I trade, you can see that this will be a test bar from 2 weeks back. Yeah. So my bias at that will actually be to go long. Didn't really happen. Then the bias for this would be actually to go short, because from a low test bar it becomes a high test bar. Yeah. So on H4 for this week, then like I mentioned just now, I'll be waiting for a break and retest of last week close. Yeah. So I hope that doesn't really confuse, but I'm just trying to present what actually jumps out at me. But from fundamental point of view, pound Swiss, Lexus was trying to go long on Swiss on Sunday. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
long. I mean, I have a long Swiss bias, right? So I mean, a pound Swiss, definitely I'm looking for short opportunities lah. But I do. I mean, I feel the same as you because of the way price action is moving. I think price is going to retrace, or I'm hoping price will retrace a little bit, because if we just look at the weekly time frame that you showed just now, the last 4 weeks were red candles. I mean, very tiny candles, but it was red candles. So we are losing. There's a loss of momentum there. There's price has not really gone anywhere because the candles are so small. So I think we will probably see maybe this week has a green candle first, like let it breathe a little bit first before it hits back down. So unless it is another. I mean, unless we get that break and retest of that line there, if not, I'll be very cautious into just jumping it now, because I think this pair will need to retrace a little bit to let us get in at a better price. And I think price today, if you look at the daily candle today, you can see that price actually has started off green. All right, but it depends again if it doesn't end up anywhere past uh, Friday's opening price or Friday's candle, I would say, then there is definitely possibilities of short on the lower time frames.
have a look at it. Well, actually, on the lower time frame, come to have a look at it. If price actually bounce off this level,
Yeah. I mean, I'm waiting for a bearish candle somewhere there, lah, if it helps. But we'll see where it ends up in the next couple of hours. I think a very hard thing that I learned about trading is patience. So I finally learned how to be a bit patient. So I'm not jumping into all the trade ideas.
I'll teach you one way to be patient. Go and have snacks.
I already very round already. Cannot.
Go and have snacks so you get round, and then make mistakes. Then your punishment is to exercise.
Oh, no.
So it kind of squares off.
I won't. I really hate exercising. Even though I used to, I think my form of exercise is really I like playing like sports, right? Like if you can go like wakeboarding or badminton or something. But if you just like have to go on a treadmill and run, I absolutely hate it, because I feel like it's going nowhere. Or stationary cycling, I also absolutely hate. I don't like exercising like that. I prefer to like play basketball, or I mean, it has to be a game lah. I mean, if it's just running in circles, I really cannot.
Okay lah, then join me in cycling ah. Paul Arthur also do cycling already.
Can at least we're going somewhere, right?
Yeah. Anyway, to answer Louis, no, the lines on my screen are not the pivot lines, the OHLC lines. Yeah, open, high, low, close. Yeah, those are the lines that's on my screen. So please don't be mistaken. Those are not the pivot lines. Yeah. All right. So there's actually. You're going to show your NFT, right?
Oh yeah. I can show my NFT. Yes.
Let me look at your monsters. Hey, tomorrow let's ask about tomorrow. Tomorrow is Shukri coming in. Yeah, you can ask about what game he's playing.
I hope so. Okay. So I'm just going to show everybody this first, all right? Because I think this is a bit of background to where we were trying to figure out what to play with. So this is XE Infinity. I'm sure you guys have heard Shukri mention it. And XE Infinity, the coin is called XE, right? And you use these so-called coins to buy monsters. And then, of course, in the crypto world, this XC coin is worth a certain number of US dollars. So back in, I think we were looking at back in a couple of months back, or almost like late last year. Um, this this monsters, right? I'll just go to adult monsters. This monsters, and then you can see that I'm looking at the lowest price. Okay, so this monster was about probably $66. Then it went up to $60, and over the weekend when I was looking at this coin, it was 300 over. You know, that was when me and Lloyd were deciding, calculating how much will it take to buy a monster. And just over the weekend, you can see the monsters dropped like almost $100. So I mean, Lloyd is cheaper for you now if you want to jump into this, right? So the interesting part of it is the one that we tried to play is called My DeFi Pet, right? So it's very new. It only came out May 2021, which is like a couple of months back. So Lloyd found this, and I thought, okay, just jump in and try. So we had to connect our MetaMask wallet to it. All right, hang on, let me just connect and show you guys. And oops.
You can tell us your password. We help you remember.
I really, Scully, I cannot remember my password. Let me see why my password not going in.
Relax, relax. Take a deep
Yeah.
breath.
Oh, must my caps? Maybe my caps lock. Okay. Okay. So I have a little bit of BNB, tiny bit because it is it's the coin is called DPET. So we have to use BNB to buy DPET. So yes, it is a bit of a roundabout process, all right, and it looks like this. And I think for all these games you need a certain amount of, I would say, basic investment. So I think I spent like 50 USD for to buy the eggs, right? And currently, according to the paper or the progress report, it is telling us that you can see Axie Place as this so-called marketplace, right? So my DeFi pad doesn't have a marketplace yet. So for people who enter the game early and accumulate monsters, right? What it will mean is, and the monsters just look. Oh, that's very loud. And the monsters just mean that when marketplace opens, then these monsters we can sell it in the market for XX amount of D-pads, D-pad coins. And then if you translate the D-pad coins into, we translate the coins into USD. So now my DeFi pad, one coin is about $7.18. All right. I think if we look at XC price, XC price, I think one coin is about, you can
266,
see,
right? No,
40 dollars. Yeah. So one XC is about $40. Then every time you do an action, you have to spend X amount of XC, right? So the DeFi one is like at the moment is so cheap considering comparing it with XE because it's such a new game. But the risk is, okay, what is the risk? So just don't jump into this based on our sharing. The risk is, what if the game does not take off? There's no take up rate. There's no halfway through it just there's no more interest in the game and it just falls flat, which means that it might not even reach the value over here. So this is the risk, that the game does not take off, which means that whoever purchased this game and plays now, the only thing we can enjoy is enjoy the game process, but there might not be a monetary value out of it. Moving forward as well, what they're looking for, and this is all I read up on their paper, right, is they will do things like missions, quests and all that. So every time you complete a quest or a mission, you get to earn D-pad coins, right? And again, if you know how to convert, you can convert your D-pad coins into BNB and from BNB into USD, to cash out or something like that. So that's the whole process that we've managed to figure out. I still need to spend more money to so-called breed and lay eggs, which is why I'm paused here for a while and just to see where it goes. And maybe ask Shukri about it. If Shukri says it's a good probability, maybe I'll put in more investment. Yeah. So this is one of the so-called uh, crypto earning games. But all these games, and we have tried to find free ones, right? Apparently, all need some sort of minimum purchase. You either need to buy a coin, a few coins to start your character, to buy an egg, or to grow the monster. It's all some kind of minimum spending lah. So I think the key to making money in this is to hopefully the game gets a good take up rate. because if a lot of people enjoys playing it and not just for the and just enjoys the game as well and collecting the monsters or something, then there's a good probability of more value. If not, then it's just play for fun, I would guess. Yep. So this is where I'm stuck with now. Level 8 going to level 9 with two D-pads left over, and uh, I think I enjoy the possibility of earning money. I mean, I have never earned money with playing a game before, lah. And I do enjoy playing games. So I guess this is just a first step into paying to play to see whether I get paid, right? I don't know whether I will enjoy it. It depends on whether or not um, I get paid for it next time. We'll see how. Yeah.
Actually, from the past, when I was in secondary school, I've been trading using game trading. Card game, wrestling card game, magic card game, Pokemon card game.
But you see,
Then
those are you need to spend money to buy the packs to get the card. I'm a very stingy person. I don't like to spend money to buy cards with a chance of um, of something good in the pack.
uh
Yeah, but it's
then
really crazy lah. Yeah. So are you
then
one of those Pokemon card collectors?
used to, then I sell the cards. Can sell up to hundreds and then then after that I play WoW, World of Warcraft. So same thing, I collect equipment, sell on the market server.
Um,
Yeah. So this might just bring me back memories, but same
yeah,
thing.
can try.
Yeah.
It's just interesting. It's just an interesting segue.
Actually, on the topic of crypto, actually recently I started to look at crypto in my Pepperstone account. So let's not
But
diverge. Hey, let's
can
see you
we
do more actions.
can we short crypto? But that's all we can do. I only can plant stuff and harvest stuff.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, and I have a pet that is level 10. So you see, I have to hit level 10. I have to spend another 3 coins. That's I think 3 coins times $7. That's like $21 just to grow the monster into a breeding, into fit for breeding. Because you need two monsters to breed, right? So I got to spend 21 Sing dollars on this or 21 USD on this one. Then I have to spend another 21 USD on this one. So that's like almost 50 USD already. Then apparently after you breed them, you have to pay 5 coins to breed as well. So that's 7 times 5, another 40 USD. So for me to move past this stage, right, I effectively need about another 100 USD. So that's why I pause here first.
Uh,
I wait for Shukri. I wait for Shukri.
so to get past that 100, just place one or two more long or short trades to help you earn that money.
Yeah, actually, that is what I've been doing on Binance. All right. So apparently on Binance and KuCoin, right, you can trade on their platforms. So I'm trying to trade the amount of BNB right before. So I'm actually watching the BNB price um, to see whether I can take some money out of BNB. But you can see again the price action is not fantastic at the moment. So I'm trying to earn some BNB so that I can play the game lah. So that's where what I'm waiting for right now. But it doesn't look. I mean, it doesn't look like it's going anywhere yet. So again, I'll be paying very close attention to Shukri this week to see whether he can give any tips for altcoin trading. Yeah.
Okay. So best win a few trades first before breeding the monster.
Yeah. Okay.
That's from chat. Actually, I don't know how many of you actually have your own platforms, trading platforms to use. Yeah. So it's just only very recently that I started to look at crypto index. So that's actually the crypto 10. They have the crypto, for me, I have a crypto 10, 20, 30. That's the top 10, 20, and 30 crypto. But no matter which index you're looking at, of course, Bitcoin has the highest weightage, I think, followed by Ethereum and some of the other bigger coins. Yeah. So now this is pure luck. Actually, this is pure luck. Yeah. So when during the Sunday show, during Shukri was sharing that crypto will start to get bullish again. It's just so nice that I spotted this on the crypto on my platform, Crypto 10. So I actually managed to jump in. Yeah. So I've been an avid listener. So the H4 site, not this. Yeah. So Crypto 10. So this is what I saw. See, again, the low test bar, very nice looking. you can see that even if I want to add more analysis to it, just look at the ugly wicks that's been protruding at this area for the past few times. Then using the not so unique method, which I tricked. Yeah. So you can see that the following week, this is the closing price. I actually jumped in at this candle. So this was a good break. But knowing crypto is so much more volatile, my stop loss is actually at the low of the gap. Yeah. So I'm writing this. So this is my first profitable crypto trade. Yeah. Let's see how it turns out. So this is really just trading the index. I can trade the coins itself. So you can see at the, where is that? Are that Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Dash? Yeah, just going with the index. Seems a bit more safer since I'm not that familiar with crypto yet. Yeah. So if all works out for this trick, then I think this will actually fund my potential NFT crypto game. That is if I can get it. I have a strong feeling that I might not be able to get it at the end of the day. Then Alexis will be left playing alone. I don't know how that's going to turn out. Those red green lines on my screen are actually the OHLC lines of the weekly time frame. Yeah, those are not the usual pivot channel that you'll see. Yeah, so that's the OHLC I have on my screen. That's based on the weekly time frame. Yeah. I deem those as the natural, to me, those are the natural support and resistance level. Yeah, so it should be the same for everyone because it's based on OHLC. Yeah. But anyway, one of the topics that I actually wanted to take up with Alexis to discuss today was this. This has been fascinating to me. Where is that? Sorry, just give me a minute.
Hey, Lloyd, you were looking at pound cat short, is it, earlier on? Like your
Pound cat
weekly
short. Yes, pound cat short. Correct. Yeah, so this is the level that I'm waiting to trade. Price has yet to give me the entry. Yeah, so this is what I'm looking.
I might want it on. I might want this one at the top of the hour. So we'll wait for that and see whether it gives me anything.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, I think you might get it at an earlier level than me, because again, considering that this is the horizontal level from last week, this would be a very good bar to short.
Yeah, maybe in 20 minutes I will know.
Yeah. Let's hope you have a trade at 10. Yeah. Actually, one of the things that I wanted to ask and probably put up to the floor for discussion is this. So, US has been undergoing QE since 2008 to now. I mean, the program is on and off as and when. Yeah. So, my question to you all and also Alexis is that what's the difference between the current QE and this period QE, and how does it actually impact the market? All right. So the way that I take it is that the QE at then 2008 to 2019 is most of the money actually do not go to the citizens. It's go to the banks, central banks, because they buy bonds. Right. I mean, in a nutshell, that's how it works. But since 2020 onwards, actually 2021 onwards, yeah, the QE measure is actually different. So I just scroll down all the way to the bottom. Yeah. So just read this. Yeah. So 2020 QE is actually really different from the previous QE because the QE for now is actually money going to the citizens. Yeah. So what it means to me is that the money from QE from now is actually not flowing beyond the borders of America. So before that, okay, 2008 to early 2020, the QE, the money is actually based on buying bonds. Then, in a way, the money is actually flowing out of the borders of America. Yeah. So now the money is actually being kept within America. Is there any difference to it? Yeah. Anybody want to share your opinion? So to me, as a stock investor, this is a bit different from Forex. My viewpoint is that the QE from 2008 to 2020, what happens is other countries are actually helping America. Yeah, because they are, since money is flowing out, they are being forced to absorb. Yeah, I'm using, to me, really they are being forced to absorb. Of course, together with central banks from America. Yeah, but now the QE of the latest measure, the other countries doesn't have anything to do with it. Yeah. So does it mean that America is just uh, really pushing, bulldozing its way to higher inflation? Alexis, any thoughts?
Yeah. Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yep, yep.
Yeah. Okay. Um, I think it's a bit hard because there is. I mean, 2020 compared to like 2008. I think it's very different already. Nowadays, QE is used to kind of fund government debt with the newly created money. So and the Federal Reserve is trying to achieve inflation, which kind of work. You know, we are at a very high inflation on the U.S. side, and if you look at political side, right, you know, the politicians are more than happy to kind of pass stimulus as needed because it shows that if I'm running the country, I do QE, it gives a good feel in the market, right, and this results, I think, over the past COVID period in 2020 till now, we had a huge pump of a um, huge pump of money into the market, and we now have this whole bunch of money in the market, and there's a lot of speculation that says, okay, so what's the next job for the Fed? Are we going to look at interest rates? Are we going to move interest rates lower to zero? Are we going to raise interest rates now to lower inflation? So this part of QE, right, lowering interest rate is basically a very traditional method that the governments use to manage the so-called economic cycle. So, in a nutshell, the lower the interest rate equals to cheaper to borrow money, equals to economy should expand. So this is the theory behind it. All right. So this is it helps with the balance of credit versus money supply. So historically in the past, the Fed's always reduce interest rates the moment there is a recession or there is a bad situation in the market. But what's happening now, it's we are in a bad situation sort of, but you know, we have a very contradicting situation. A, we have a so-called bad situation in terms of COVID. We already have the low interest rates. We have high inflation. So the challenge now is this. All right, um, do governments want to encourage money flow, right? To keep interest rates low, encourage money flow, but on the other hand, prices are increasing, inflation is going up. So this is the contradicting point that is happening right now, and if QE is continued to do, like, you know, if they're going to print money and continue flushing it out in the economy, then we're going to even look at even more inflation. Then it will go into those like far off theories of hyperinflation, disinflation, and things like that. So I think theoretically there is a struggle on the economic analysis side as to what to do next, right? Because the times has changed such that the traditional tools are not working as effectively. So it means that will the Fed have to do something different, right? Will they have to do something different to kind of change the way they handle QE? So I think again, while there's a lot of expectation that I think people are thinking, oh, because inflation is so high, interest rates will increase to lower inflation, right? Because this is a traditional way of solving the problem. But moving forward in 2021 onwards, where COVID is the new normal and travel has not opened yet, we are not working in a traditional format. So I think there is a lot of talk, but I don't think anything is going to happen yet because we are now in a new era of unknown. I think how much? I think $5 trillion in total, right? 4.2. I think the exact number was $4.2 trillion were already thrown out into the market, and if they are going to print more money to flush into the economy, eventually somebody is going to say that what's the value of the USD, right? Because it's again, if we go back to a textbook way of thinking about it, high supply will devalue the product because it's just so cheap, right? And then what is the value? How does the US maintain the value of the US dollar? So I think 2021 traditional QE will no longer be effective. That's my take on it. And we have to look for other out of the box ways to fix the problem that cannot be used by a traditional increase interest rates. It has to be used in conjunction with other measures, which I'm sure the Fed have to figure out what they're going to do. Are they going to um, collect back, and start to sit and hold back their surplus of US dollars, or are they going to stop printing money? What are they going to do to fix this oversupply or eventual oversupply problem that will happen? Yeah.
Bitcoin.
Maybe that's why they want to regulate Bitcoin, right? I don't know. I mean, they might be trying something different.
Because I read today, is it the Euro side or is it which country? I forgot. It should be the Euro side. They allow their companies to hold up to 20% of their assets in cryptocurrency.
I mean, you might be onto something because I think they are trying to figure out. Now the USD is already devalued in terms of if you just talk about basic demand and supply, right? We have 4.2 extra trillions just out just to pump it all up. How do they increase value in the economy again? I don't. I'm maybe Bitcoin. I don't know. Maybe this whole uh, I mean, there's a reason why China is cracking down on Bitcoin in China, right? Or on these Bitcoin problems in China. There might be a reason of these big economies trying to gain some control over this new asset class. So you never know. That might be the next big thing. Question mark. Maybe Shuki can tell us more on the whole myths out there. But I do know that traditional interest rates will not solve the problem.
I don't think it will. I mean, the issue that we face today, I mean, it might just, to me, I'm taking a very simplistic view, is that the traditional models that we are relying on actually won't work on today's financial market. Because since 10 years back, and that's where I actually make most of my money, 10 years back, is that the economy is being fueled by debts. Yeah, you look at from 10 years back to now, right? The companies that actually do really well, they are on a debt model. They are not on the usual what do you call that? The usual companies as of 50 years back that I have this number of assets to back my stock prices. Not really. Yeah. So the debt model is more like, this is what I'm going to do with the money, and this is how I envision it will help the company. But to reach there, I will need some money from the masses. Yeah, that's how actually Amazon works anyway. I just putting it in a very simplistic manner. So using that debt model, the traditional finance theories, all these don't actually fit in quite well. Yeah, so we may need a drastic new look. Yeah. Yeah, John. Yeah, the Malaysian government is definitely putting its views on Binance. I don't know how is Shukri actually jumping off Binance onto other exchange, Hobby or something. Anyway, tomorrow we ask him. Yeah, but I like this kind of discussions. So we are actually 10 minutes before I'm going to close the show. So once again, I'll just go through one round with what I'm looking at. My Euro USD is actually soaring. Not soaring. I mean, this is good sign to me. So actually, guys, keep a lookout for Euro USD. Yeah, might be tonight. I mean, the retest might not be this kind of retest, right? So don't wait for. I mean, sometimes you just have to be smart about it. Don't wait. Doesn't when I say a retest doesn't necessarily mean you see a V or U shape happening. Yeah, it can be such price action that price close and then it is a low test bar. Yeah, so this kind of price action I also do trade. Yeah, sometimes the market takes off and doesn't want to wait for you. Yeah, but nevertheless, yeah, just wait for it. Euro USD. I think if there's an opportunity, actually I will try to scale in. Aussie cat seems like it's lazing about, doesn't want to do anything. Yeah, Aussie dollar also seems to be lazing about, but Aussie dollar also take note, right? Since it's very near the closing price, If this bar happens to be just a high test bar in 1 hour's time because the 4-hour candle closes at 5 p.m., then I will short it. Yeah. So Aussie dollar is near the closing price. Just be aware of it. Euro CAD, crap. I don't think this will set up today or even tomorrow. CAD yen. This is interesting. So if I blow it up, CAD yen, just taking the level. If at 5 p.m. price is as bullish as this or even more bullish, then I'll actually be jumping in. Yeah. And then of course the show has ended, so got nothing much to say. Let's keep it at the weekly chart. Euro pound, price doesn't really look good, so forget it. No, actually not true, sorry. So on the weekly chart, you can see that this will be actually a low test bar. So on my H4, this is the level that I'm looking to trade. So if at 5 p.m. This low test bar is still as it is, then I'll be keen to actually jump into Euro pound. Yeah. Pound CAD, gonna short it, but doesn't look like price is gonna do anything yet. So we'll come back and revisit tomorrow. Kiwi dollar has a weekly chart. I don't think price will actually shoot up be any bullish, so I'll just be waiting for the traditional retest if it does happen. Pound Swiss, I'll wait for Alexis to update that if she has a trade on the H1 in about 10 minutes time. Yep. So crypto side, I'm actually looking to, if I can scale in, I'll actually definitely be looking to scale in. Looks tough at the moment. Yeah. So it doesn't have any of my price action that I usually trade, which is just a test buy engulfing bar. Yeah. So I don't want to be that to be too itchy finger and jump in for the time being. Yeah. So on crypto side, if price is actually making a bounce here, I might just actually shift my stop loss. Yeah, just to close in the gap a bit. So if the crypto side how many of you actually are able to trade the crypto index? If none of you has access to it, then I actually won't be talking about this too much. I mean, then that will be a waste of time to everybody. Yeah. Anyway, so let's back to Alexis for her pound Swiss outlook.
Pound Swiss, actually you can just use your chart since you are since you're on it. I think I still do kind of like the pound Swiss. I think if it can close below the daily pivot level, I might put a small risk on it. But I would really prefer to take it off the weekly pivot. So that's my preference. Preference number one is weekly pivot. If it's at daily pivot here, which means I will still put a sell entry below the candle, but then my take profit level would be a DS1. So this would be probably I think 40 pip trade. Yeah, that's about as much as I will jump in early lah. Yeah, this is but probably a 0.25% will be all I'll put in for this particular trade.
Pound Swiss. Yeah, actually, if price really does break, right, for pound Swiss, that technically, I think that, technically, when price is in consolidation and it does break, it should break hard, you see. But I think the worst of my losses always come from Swiss, so I don't want to jinx that trade.
Same. I don't really, the Swiss, actually my biggest profit and my worst losses both come from Swiss. So I'm a bit mixed with that. I got mixed feelings about the Swiss.
Okay. So, all right, we'll come back and check on our trades for tomorrow. And thank you for joining Alexis and me today. We'll be back at tomorrow 2:55 and we'll share more if you can. Okay, thank you everyone for support and goodbye.